It is such an event. Schools are closed.
Yeah.
Good Wednesday morning. Greeny's getting ready for tomorrow's draft. Kevin Nagani here with you with our crew in New York. Big perk. We got Vince Goodwill as well, ready to talk about a stunning night in the NBA. Our NFL crew, including J-Mac here with me and Shefty and Schrager in Pittsburgh. We'll get to them in a moment. But let's start with the game of the night, and it's the Blazers visiting the Spurs. You think the series is over after game one? Think again. Wembanyama receiving the Defensive Player of the Year award in front of the home crowd. They love him. Jeremy Grant late in the first quarter. Blazers up by 5. Gets rejected by Wemby. Here we go. Great defense. Other side. Wemby midair. Oh, Steph Castle in the corner. Spurs would lead by 1 after the first. Early second quarter. Things change. It's a 2-point game. Wemby attacking. Gets tripped. Oh no. Okay, Perk. You're a big man. What's that like falling?
I don't know, Wemby, but Kev, but 7-7 hitting the ground like that, face first, it looked bad.
He would be out the remainder of the game, entering the concussion protocol. The game tied at 57 at the half. So fourth quarter now. Spurs up by 4. Devin Vassell off the screen. Stop, pop, and drop.
I love the midi. I love the guard-on-guard screen. De'Aaron Fox attacking. Luke Cornett showing a little baseline, let me get jiggy with it. And then Stephon Castle getting ripped. Hey, look, the Portland Trail Blazers, they're a team that compete, led by Drew Holiday defensively. They're a feisty bunch.
So they're within 8 after that 3. Next Blazers of possession. Holiday to Kamara. Back to Holiday to 3. You're seeing the veteran leadership of the point guard.
And that's why they wanted Drew Holiday and they kept him. But guess what? This was about Scoot Henderson. You heard him in the post-game interview. He was talking about he channeled his Beyonce-type atmosphere. He woke up like this.
Henderson had 31 points.
That's what he said.
We had Robert Williams in the corner missing, but Holiday is there. And then we haven't seen their big star, Denny, and he took over as well.
He did. Look, and the thing is when you're able to get yours and make guys around you better, great awareness, great pass at the crucial time.
5 seconds left. Spurs inbounding down 3. They got the look. Matisse Thybulle, really good defense there with the hand. And the Blazers steal one on the road, 106-103, to tie this game at 1, and they go to Portland later in the week. Despite Wemby going down early, the Spurs, look at this. They had a 14-point lead with 8.5 left to go in the game. That's where it all crumbled. Portland outscoring San Antonio 27-10 over that final 8.5, shooting 10 of 15 to the Spurs 3 of 15. This was San Antonio's largest blown lead in the fourth quarter of a playoff game since 2003. And back here with K. Perk and Vince as well. Let's start with Wemby. This is more than just a game. This is a big picture thing. I want to go into the concussion protocol first in the NBA. What's the version here right now that the Spurs are looking at?
I know when we think of concussion protocol, we think of what the NFL is.
Yeah.
You're missing a week in 7 days. The NBA is a little more compressed. 24 to 48 hours per. They can't have any activity. And then there you go. You see it on the screen right there. He cannot come back until he completes the required return to participation process. Has to go through testing. Has to not show any symptoms of a concussion. I think the Spurs are going to be very conservative with this. They have been a conservative organization when it comes to player injuries. I go back to 26 years ago. Tim Duncan had a left meniscus injury. He wound up sitting out the entire playoffs that year. The Spurs were trying to repeat that year, and they let Tim sit because they wanted to view his entire career as opposed to risking something long-term. Perk, what you okay.
How do you feel about that? Because especially there are layers to this. This isn't about one game. This is a Spurs organization as well as the protocol and following that, and it's a superstar. The guy who's 22 years old. How do you view this in layers of game 3 and then big picture?
So when you think about Wemby, you know that he is their system, offensively and defensively. He's a generational talent. His impact on the Spurs is so impactful that when he's on the floor and he is available, they're a championship contender. When he's not on the floor, they're a first-round exit. And they could possibly lose this series. My panic meter is high.
Yeah.
Higher than my damn blood pressure when it comes to think about them going into Portland with this series tied 1-1 and possibly not having a generational talent on the floor. Portland is an underrated fan base. It is a hostile environment. And when you're led by a guy like Drew Holiday with his championship leadership, obviously Denny playing at an all-NBA level, you got guys that are competing over there. And so when you think about the Spurs, the one knock on them is what? Their lack of experience. Yeah. So every home game matters, right? So losing that home game last night and giving up home court, and now you're walking into Portland without your generational talent, possibly without your generational talent, your panic meter got to be high.
Okay, Game 3 is Friday. Game 4 is Sunday. How do you approach this? Do you play him on Game 4? How do you look forward to what he can bring to the series after the concussion protocol plays out?
Listen, if he's clear and he's ready to go, I think, if I'm the Spurs, I'm not looking at how we used to do things with Tim Duncan. I'm pushing the issue because it's very seldom that you get an opportunity and you have a window to win championships. And I know Wemby is young, but you want to max out. Right? He wants to max out. And I get it. It's different from a meniscus tear than what Tim Duncan had. But if he's cleared, then I will push for him to play.
They've always been very conservative with him, Perk, since they got him. Going back to his rookie season and the blood clots and everything else, they don't want to take any chances because they know they have such a long runway. We didn't expect anything from this San Antonio team going into the season. They're still kind of playing with house money. There's no championship or else edict right now. And generally, you should be able to win a road game in Portland. I understand that they're inexperienced. If you look at it, they had a double-digit lead with 6 minutes left. They had to fully collapse for them to lose last night. So I still would have some confidence in them that they'll be able to get a road game.
You don't have your defensive player of the year in the lineup, and that's where you see the difference in that fourth quarter run. And now falls on the De'Aaron Fox, right? The veteran there, because Drew Holiday's there with the Blazers. Fox carries the load here with the...
Tyler with you up this morning. That young man took a straight edge to the Celtics defense. Ooh. Knifed him. VJ Ed.
The guy next to you is the first rookie since Tim Duncan to have 30 and 10 in a playoff game, and you surpassed Magic as the youngest guy to ever do that in a playoff game. I was curious what your thoughts are.
You did that? You wallet. I've been saying it all year long. He's far past a rookie. And are you 21 yet?
No, 20.
What a 20-year-old could do.
These youngsters, NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins is back with us now. Perk, let's talk about the Celtics coming off this loss. What concerns, if any, do you have for this team after seeing the way Philly kind of punked them in Game 2?
Well, look, I want to come on here and I want to criticize Joe Mazzulla offense, and I want to talk about how the Celtics just kept jacking up threes and how they went 13 for 50 from the three-point line. But I can't because their system is proving that it can win the championship. But I'm going to look at the defensive side of things and say, where are all the elite defenders, a la Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, guys that defend at a high level? Because, like you said, VJ Edgecombe came in there and cut them everywhere but loose. Him and Tyrese Maxey, 59 of 111 points. That's not the Celtics' identity. I know we praise Joe Mazzulla for his offense, but the Celtics has been one of the best defensive teams in the league this season. And in Game 1, they put on a defensive clinic. I expect them to bounce back. I expect VJ Edgecombe to be more in the scouting report. And Joe Mazzulla will have a game plan come Game 3 that's going to limit VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey that's going to make others try to beat them on the Philadelphia 76ers.
All right, Perk asking for better defense from the Celtics. Game 3 Friday night in Philly. Perk, thanks.